rather, for the wildcard stage here at the Mid-Season Cup. One of these teams wants to start off by locking in their slot on the group stage to see the world. Will it be HOMEBOIS or will it be ENTITY7? Let us know in the chat as well which team you're supporting here, as this is the first game in this best of 5. And they want to get off to a great start, both of these teams. And with the lineups that they have, taking a look at the emblems here, that's more or less the same of, you know, what we're used to seeing anyway. No new emblems being brought up for these lineups. But we'll have to pay attention to some of these early rotations, especially as we see a lot of teams, if they get first blood or let's say even a double kill early on before the first turtle, they tend to really dominate, you know, this early portion of the game. So, you know, with that too, nothing out of the ordinary sticking out for those first items being locked in. Already too, I want to see exactly if any of these lineups decide to utilize the Skypiercer, because we've been talking about that for so long. And, you know, with the difference of even junglers, you know, Bane, actually look how much attention is going to be put on here. They know he's not on that side of the map, but GB also has the support of the team here.
They go for Rectories. Whoa, the turret flight connects onto the back, and now it's going to be Chan caught. Still able to flick around as Erwin is able to disengage. Chibi diving deep into enemy lines to pick up first blood, and he gets out as well of that Earth Shatter. Quick pace by HOMEBOIS.
Okay, already off to a good start. Like I was saying, you know, whatever team starts on that first blood route, they're going to go for it and start the momentum building already. So at this point, they get that, they kind of work around this, and leading into the first turtle, the fact that you have that one kill already on Chibi, it gives him this kind of confidence, this advantage that he can work with against Hide on Bush. So for ENTITY7, they're going to have to be able to answer back to that. They don't want to let things get out of hand already this early on, especially with the lineup that HOMEBOIS has. So they'll go ahead and get this kind of under control at this point. Nothing too crazy, but HOMEBOIS will start up this first turtle of the game. They get this area to work with, and now let's see, ENTITY7, they want to make their way.
That's up top as well, just using the blazing to win. Now it's going to be Defiant. Oh, Suppot looking forward. Dora Wolf King. Now it's going to be his Fury, knocking 2 members up. GP is still doing a lot of damage onto Marquinhos, but the deadly catch catches Sword, and now it's going to be Hide on Bush to take on the kill. A trade on the other side of that turtle pit, as it's just going to be 1-for-1, but HOMEBOIS do get one more trade on. It's the turtle, a neutral objective, and it's a first item, Skypiercer. Chibi, an SPA, a Skypiercer abuser.
Yeah, he's going to pick that up already. And that was the question I had, you know, which teams would actually be able to utilize the Skypiercer first, or even better. And Chibi picks it up right away. He's already pumping out the damage like we saw earlier against Chen. And now that it is a Skypiercer, it gets a little more scary to work around with. And again, as we get through the Mid-Season Cup, make sure you guys grab your MSC pass, join in on all the events in-game. And going back to this again, you know, first items, nothing too crazy just yet. It's only that Skypiercer.
Oh, Udo flickers forward, goes for the turret fight, but gets caught by the deadly catch, and the Molina Blitz almost takes them down, forcing Zorn to go for the heavy spin. It's a good Eternal Guard to knock 2 members up, but there are no kills traded. Not here in the 3rd minute. Already both teams, though, showing how much action they can provide on the map.
I was surprised that amount of damage that comes through. Was that just all the deadliest catch that actually pumped out the damage? That's scary.
I think Molina as well. I think it was a boomerang, you know?
Was it the boomerang? Okay. I mean, yeah, Chan's Molina Blitz is down. So, I mean, that was just a surprising amount of burst damage. So, even given how HOMEBOIS started this, ENTITY7 looks like they have enough in the tank to go ahead and fight. First item are going to be locked in for Hide on Bush. Does get that Hunter Strike now available. You can see Chibi's doing a pretty good job at just kind of farming and staying a little bit ahead in terms of XP against Hide on Bush. And I think the big thing about this, Zorn should be fine from this. Yeah, he's just going to poke this in and out. And Hide on Bush there. The thing I want to see is once these objectives, these objective fights happen, ENTITY7 in this position they're in could actually contest this. I know they're down a couple thousand gold, but you already got a glimpse of the amount of damage, and they have the setup potential with the Minotaur, with the Edith, that they can play around. First item also going to be picked up here now by Fury, the Corrosion Scythe. Still going to stay on that bottom side, so it's just a constant 1v1 with the gold laners as they battle it out. But it's going to be on 4-on-4 eventually. I mean, neither team wants to really start this up. It's not the turtle, by the way, that has that 10% penetration. Oh, there's the heavy spin.
Good pin down by Zorn now. The team follows it up. Minus Fury going to be able to knock 3 members up as Marquinhos able to flicker out with Primal Rat now. Deadly catch popped up. Not able to connect now as Melina Blitz gets rid of Zorn's HP bar, but Chibi is still able to win out the Retribution up against Hide on Bush, who was around the turtle. Zorn getting out too. And Homeboys are just playing it very clean. Nets in the mid lane. We'll have to respect the Molina. Placed down by Fury, but Chibi dirty there as well. Look for damage with the help of the Blazing Duet. Dives under the turret and goes for the kills. Now one last shot with the electrifying beats, but Chan will have Erwin to back him up. Chibi will go for the recall. Jumping back in. That's a very low Chan who's forced to pop into Molina again. Just in case Chibi dives in.
Just in case. I mean, sometimes you're like, man, this Joy, where is she going to go to? And I think at this point, you know, what you're looking here from the team fights is really how Homeboys is able to go in, get the objective, and then disengage. That's kind of what the usage is right now from Udil, using that Eternal Guard. Sometimes it's just for the defensive peel. Oh, there's Conceal.
Heavy spin, no Purify. Fury is going to be pinned down. And Udil takes the kill with a Curse Blast. Now, Chibi diving under the turret, Hide on Bush, able to disengage with the deadly catch. Chibi going to be caught in a tough spot now. But he has those dashes. Easy reset for Chibi as Homeboys gets down and the Eternal Guard gets thrown out by Udil. Getting 2 members knocked up, and you can see how oppressive that Eternal Guard is. Walking up, zoning them away, putting the glowing wand on them. And Erwin will have to just take those 2 swings of the sword.
I think this Akai pick, oh, hold on, a lot of damage on Erwin. He's going to be fine, has the heal as well, quite tanky himself. But going back to this, Akai pick is working out really well with the game plan from Homeboys. And sometimes it's really just the timing. Like a lot of this, you're seeing they get the information, they lock in, Purify's not available for Fury, they're shutting him down. You saw that was a fleeting time, now picked up by Zorn. Has the heavy spin even more now.
Yikes.
And yeah, that's a big yikes. It's something tough to deal with. For ENTITY7, I'm really trying to look at how can they keep this from going too out of control. They're still maintaining, you know, a 3,000 to 4,000 gold deficit. Zorn, though, again,
gets the pin down. Minus Fury with a flicker, catching them back. Oh, that's good. I'm offended. Catching Chan as well. The Eternal Guard locks Erwin down. The Blazing Duet now by Nets, dealing a whole lot of damage to the back line. And what back line? That's actually the front line. Curse Blast as Zorn flickers forward, trying to go for the kill. 3 for 1. It's Subpot traded in. Marquinhos can't even get the Earth Shatter down as he gets terrified, and now he's forced to pop into Primal Rat. Chibi will just collapse on him, and Zorn takes the kill away with the heavy spin.
Okay, well, I asked the question earlier, what can ENTITY7 do from keeping this getting out of control?
Oh, no passive. Chibi just walks him down with the electrifying beats. 9-2. It's a massive gold lead for Homeboys.
My goodness, they got I don't know, they got to throw the drum set away or whatever Joy plays music on. Whatever the electrifying beats are, they need to get rid of them because Chibi has been just a destruction all by himself.
You know what Trex would say?
What?
Punch her in the face.
Yes, that's probably what Trex would say. You could do something like that. Right, look at this team fight in the replay. You see this, and then the Nets coming in. This is the nothing but Nets moments where he goes in at the right timing, pops the Blazing Duet, signature pick of his, comes up, cleans up, and then they add a little spice, a little sugar on top of it. They go in under the turret even, and now another fight.
I'm offended into the Eternal Guard. Marquinhos gonna be pinned down before he can even do anything, and look at that, just with a few basic attacks he gets it. Only a blitz on 2 Nets. That's a good shutdown as Hide on Bush goes for some damage. Fury picks up the kill. Meanwhile, Chibi gets rid of Erwin around the other side. It's a gold lane in the next speed, traded in for an XP in a roam. So for Homeboys, I think they actually lost out on that trade.
Yeah, this is actually good for ENTITY7 to be able to actually get a couple kills that they needed. Also, Fury stayed alive here. He's got at least the golden staff now going with that Corrosion Scythe. Needs a little more time to catch up. I mean, he's 2,000 gold behind Nets. So where is Fury going to find that gold? And right now, the answer is in these team fights. You know, he's kind of forced to stay together because what happened earlier. Even if he has the Purify up, there's enough tools from Homeboys to just kind of still lock him down if he's trying to farm up by himself. So he kind of needs to constantly be aware of where he's going to be getting that gold to catch up here. He could be a saving grace for this lineup for ENTITY7. Zorn just checking things out here. They might still force a fight. Homeboys loves to do this. Oh, I'm offended. Will not be able to connect on Erwin. So they got this information. Again, we're still 15 seconds away from this Lord to come up here. ENTITY7, I wouldn't say they're in a good position to actually contest the first Lord, though.
We got to remember, though, right? If we take a look at the game time, this is Homeboys' territory. This is the 13 minutes that they usually end their games in, the window for Homeboys, you could say. But for ENTITY7, if you paid attention to the stats earlier in the head-to-head, they like to take the game a bit longer. And technically, I can see that skirmish being done by them. It's a deadly catch to disengage from the IMFN. Chibi just using electrifying beats. Oh, Marquinhos with an Earth Shatter Flicker. Trying to go for that catch. Back to the point, for ENTITY7, they want to prolong the game. And their composition with the Nana, with the carry, and technically almost everyone in that team, you can go for the late game team fights, and they'll be very, very good for you.
Well, their average game time was, what, the 19-minute mark? So if they can bring this game number 1 to that point, it'd be better for them. But right now, as the Lord is just going to be easily secured by Homeboys, as has the Turtles previously, ENTITY7 will find themselves on the defense. And as we get a glimpse at the items falling into place here, before that, nets will be fine, it looks like. So, again, still time-wise, ENTITY7 needing to catch up nearly across the board in every lane in terms of itemization, at least for Chan with a Lightning Truncheon, and then you have the wings there. You know, you have enough damage, actually, with a Molina Blitz to be a threat, especially if you're able to combo it with that deadliest catch. You can see there, though, he still needs to climb.
Bro.
Interestingly enough, look at the damage out. I thought he'd be able to do more, but he just hasn't been able to land enough. Molina Blitzes are just damage.
Look at Udil, though.
Yeah. Look at Udil's damage, you know? So, again, a little more defensive picked up here. The Flask of the Oasis now for Irwin. They're going to have to defend against this. It is that first Lord. They do use the deadly catch to clear it out. They get a flicker out, too, from Udil. So that, for now, is going to work out. But even Sapat not able to go in unless he pops this flicker. But so far, it looks like Homeboys will just go ahead and get these turret shields down. And there goes the Eternal Guard.
Yeah, just a little bit of damage. Now, onward, Earth Shatter catching Sapat, bringing him back under the turret. Minis Fury as well. Now Ness forced to use a Purify. As a 2-man pin down, but Arrow's going to be able to flick around. Marquinhos will be taken out by the electrifying beats of Chibi. Just the 2 XP laners traded here in the 12th minute of the game. That's a BOD, by the way, for Hide on Bush.
I think this is better for ENTITY7 if they can just hold it down. Again, they need I would honestly say 6 to 8 minutes. They'll be in a better position to go ahead and deal with Homeboys. But as you're seeing, Homeboys is actually pressing the situation.
Electrifying beats again, Chan.
Okay.
Wasn't able to get that Molina. Wasn't able to take him out under the turret to punish him. And Homeboys just are still playing it slow now.
It's still the question of, like, how do we deal with Chibi? He hasn't died yet. He does that time and time again. Goes in, electrifying beats, pops some damage. And, you know, part of it, too, is just dealing enough for then the follow-up to come through from that. So like we've seen so far, it's almost like choreography at this point from Homeboys. But Zorn also
doing his thing?
Yeah, doing his thing. He knows there's probably someone over here from ENTITY7, so they'll go ahead and just really, for Homeboys, they can't really cap out on anything just yet. Oh, this is interesting, right? Okay. So this is what I was wondering also with Chibi. He does have the Genius Wand, and so I think it works brilliantly. Oh, Zorn.
Heavy spin. The Earth Shatter going to dodge away from with the Battle Mirror image in the back line. Don't let go look at Chibi. Again with the electrifying beast and taking Chan down. Everybody melting, but he just gets deleted in the back. Marquinhos with the Primal Wrath and Fury. These basic attacks that are just so deceiving. That's the carry damage. You don't expect it, and then suddenly all of the hits.
You get punched in the face.
You get punched in the face.
Chibi got punched in the face.
That was a bit more brutal, to be fair. That wasn't like a punch. That was a
kick.
That was okay.
That was a kick in the face. I don't, Chibi,
a head kick.
Yeah, Chibi thought he was okay, and then he's like, "Oh wait, hold on.
What happened?
What happened?" And I was gonna go into the point where he has the Genius Wand, which actually works really well with Udil, and why they can follow up. But man, talk about just a clap back from ENTITY7 in that last fight. So with that, I would say ENTITY7 is able to get enough kind of confidence in even dancing off with this Lord. Because like we mentioned earlier, guys, the Lord gets pretty devastating. Even at this one, the second one of the game, Chibi can't just sit there and deal with it. He's going to have to also rely on these other members from Homeboys to take that front. And if you look at ENTITY7, they have a lot more tanky options to hold that Lord, to hold that front side of the Lord if they have to. So for Homeboys, they might find themselves in a bit of a difficult situation where then they have to decide, do we split push? We have a Claude, he's online, Nets has done this time and time again, you know, and on this specific hero. So that's something that ENTITY7 might want to watch out for. Conceal going to be used. Zorn, but not going to be able to find anything, so they go and just might go ahead and set up for this Lord.
Yeah. I think that's exactly what they want to do here, but they gotta burst it down, they gotta commit to it. If they take too much damage, these members aren't really tanky. And you can see from Homeboys, they're just gonna go and shred it down, no problem whatsoever. Chibi even just jumping in. He is half HP though, so I think he has to be careful, and he will just use electrifying beats for the minion waves. A good Lord take for Homeboys. But ENTITY7, it almost feels like they know that they can't go for that. They can't contest it, but they can defend.
They can defend. Actually, their clear is pretty good here, especially because they have a Nana, for instance, you know, who also has the Divine Glaive locked in now. You also have Carry now locked in itemization-wise, already locked in the DHS, has the meter gold rose as well. So you have a little more defense to deal with some of the magic damage that's being pumped out, and that's been the main problem for ENTITY7 against Homeboys. So they get ready for this Lord to push in. It's going to go ahead and get this charge off. See if they can defend their base.
Oh, heavy spin already used up in the bottom lane as the Eternal Guard gets popped in and just zone him in the way. TB in the back line just doing so much damage. What? Fury assassinated by TB in the back. And now with the Eternal Guard munching on Erwin's HP bar, it will just be them completely wiped out. Everyone except for